So recently, well, before that, like 2 weeks ago, the internet caught fire with this whole Xbox rumor of Xbox potentially going third party. It's since been proven like it's sort of true. They have 4 games that they're like possibly testing the waters with to see how
I don't buy
other
it.
platforms
Did
just to
they
see
did
how
they
other
announce what
platforms
the
respond.
4 games are?
No, they haven't
Did they
announced it
announce
yet because they're saying each one of those developers have their own like announcement that they want to do, like a special announcement that they want to do. But I predict that Hi-Fi Rush is definitely gonna be one of them. So, and I
I
don't
think
have an issue with that.
Starfield.
I don't think Starfield's gonna
Starfield,
be.
I think
No,
is
they
gonna be
they
one.
said no. They say Starfield and Indiana Jones will not be third party, at least not for right now.
I believe
So
that part.
you believe that part?
Yeah.
So what are your
I don't
thoughts,
think
guys?
so. Not the Indiana Jones one because that's a well, that's a Disney property, and Disney wants to make. Disney
They
doesn't
want
want to
maximum
put on Xbox.
maximum
Yeah.
revenue. So I feel like
Maximum reach.
yeah, but it's also being
Absolutely.
worked on by Bethesda, and Bethesda Microsoft owns Bethesda, so that's the thing.
They also own Call of Duty,
Yeah,
so you know.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? Artless says he doesn't buy it. What don't you buy?
So, what was the Xbox president? I believe her name was Sarah Bond. She was
Yeah.
saying contradictory information to what the CEO was saying,
In
because he was saying we're gonna do 4 games, and this is not a promise. We're gonna do anything more. We're just learning. But she had total enthusiasm
mm-hmm.
into expanding the Xbox universe
Right.
all across other platforms. So I think he's just being humble, and I think he's being modest, and I think he's not trying to make promises and not trying to lead people on. But I think that the whole industry is going to go full force
I
on
got the
this idea.
I
Okay.
back up what you're saying, Heartless. I got similar vibe when I watched that interview.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really felt like all the panel of Xbox executives. It felt like they were kind of holding back and not all on the same page of what information they were all going to give
I
out there.
noticed
It was
that as
very
well.
weird and awkward.
You're right, because I
Yeah,
felt like she kept looking over to Matt
yeah.
Booty to like almost like for confirmation. I don't know if you guys
Yeah, it
noticed
felt
that.
very, very awkward and kind of stiff. Like they were like they were waiting. Like, don't ask this question. Don't ask it. Like they were waiting for like a question. That they
Right.
were afraid that the reporter was going to ask
Exactly.
the
I did
question.
see that. I
You know?
did see that, bro. So
It
like,
felt very weird.
hmm yeah. So I don't know, bro. I feel like I said, Hi-Fi Rush definitely is possibly one of those games that's gonna go over there. I think there was also rumors of who's the other
Penitence
guy?
is one I was hearing about.
Pentiment
What
was one
are
of them.
Xbox's properties right now? There's Halo, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's Starfield. There is no,
But
I mean, not in addition to Activision and all that kind of stuff, but
mm-hmm.
like Xbox properties, Halo,
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Halo on PlayStation.
Gears of War, Call Killer Instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what
But I don't think those
else?
games are going over. Those are like super exclusives. I feel like they were more looking into games that are. I feel like they've kind of hit. Um, what's the word I'm looking for?
Their dead end. Their
Yeah,
their max
yeah,
max.
yes, exactly. They've hit their peak on Xbox. So in order for that game to keep going or keep making some kind of revenue, they're looking to expand on other platforms, which is
I
where PlayStation
also
and all those come in.
I also want to point out that the CEO had said, what's his name? Matt Booty?
Matt Moody, yeah,
No, Booty. It's Booty.
Booty, yeah, it's Booty,
It's Booty.
it's Booty.
Shout out to Matt Booty.
Shout out
Listen,
to Bat Booty.
so I also want to point out that he said, oh my God, I forgot it. What the hell? Wait, what were you talking about, Cash?
Um, the games that are going over, it's pretty much games that aren't really, they're probably not bringing generating any new like income right now, which is
Oh,
why
yes,
they're
yes.
putting
He
over.
said he said the equation is we have to figure out, do
Mm-hmm.
we take the audience that we have now, the player base that we have now, and figure out how to juice more money out of them,
Mm-hmm.
or do we find out how to expand into other players and get more players into the community? And that's why I see that there is no other option,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
because they
not
keep
Booty, not
talking about
Booty. Not Matt Booty said that. It was Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer said that.
Phil Spencer is the CEO. Thank you.
Yeah,
Matt Booty's the other gentleman.
yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Spencer said that they either got to juice out more money from the current base, or they
Mm-hmm.
got to get more people in the base, and that's going to be the future for everybody.
Right.
That's going to be the model for everybody.
You think so?
You
Yes.
uh That's a good point by Heartless because it feels like games in general, just to break even, they have to sell to the widest audience possible. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
having just one game on one console really limits any chance of making any money. So Spider-Man's a good example. It
Mm-hmm.
just recently announced that it hit the 10 million copy range it needed to like break even, but that's
Wow.
probably because the game was on sale, you know? So
Right.
they probably actually didn't make up, the money that they all put in the
Bro,
game.
the game was.
So
Whoa.
I don't know if you know this. I already cut you off, but this game cost 300 million to make.
yeah, so imagine if
Wow.
that also would have been on Xbox and also would have been on Steam. They would have
Right.
sold like 25 million
Right.
copies probably, you know?
Right.
So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the
Wow.
profit's there, but they're just, so you have to be multi-platform to kind of stay in business these days, because the
Or
games are so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
you gotta make more bare bones games that are just creative.
It could be either
Yeah.
or, but I
It
think
could be either or.
but the thing is, I feel like the reason why a lot of these like developers or different game makers kind of hold on to the exclusivity is because it keeps the platform, the device, relevant. Because if you make all your games multi-platform or third party, then there's no need to have the console. That's just my opinion.
Um. th-
To counterpoint that
Mm-hmm.
is I feel with the nature of cross-play in games now,
Mm-hmm.
console exclusivity,
Mm-hmm.
whatever word that um, is irrelevant these days. Like, there's no point because games are crossplay, and why would you, if you're making a multiplayer game,
Mm-hmm.
why would you choose to play just an Xbox title when you could play another game that has crossplay that has the widest pool of players?
Yeah,
I would play that instead,
pretty much Call of
So
Duty.
you might as well be multi-platform. There's no reason not
what
be
about
in
Mm-hmm.
these
this?
days.
What about this? In a future in which we've evolved so much that the console is a part of the TV, and you just have different. It's just like different brands of TVs. We have different brands of consoles, different
Mm-hmm.
brands of TVs. The console hardware is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and you're going to be able to fit it inside of TVs in the future. And you're going to have Microsoft TVs that is you can play whatever you want to play. You're going to have Sony TVs with all these capabilities. You just sign into the cloud service. The TV has the hardware to run your games. That's the future we're heading to, and it's going to be like different brands of TVs. Even
Mm-hmm.
if it doesn't get that advanced, you're going to have different consoles because people like the Sony experience for TVs. Some people like the LG experience for TVs. I like the LG experience for the TVs. I like the LG remote.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah.
so here's the thing. I feel like Xbox is
Google
already
Google
onto
TV.
that. Yeah, Xbox already onto that already because they already have the Xbox platform on Samsung TV. So you can play Xbox games on your Samsung TV without owning a console.
No, you can't.
Yeah, the Game
You
Pass.
can.
So you just
Yeah, they
you
have
just
Game
you
Pass
just
on
access your
Samsung.
yeah. You
Mm-hmm.
access your
You
Game
can play
Pass and
Game
you can
Pass
play the
games on a
game.
Samsung TV.
Yes.
But you can only stream them. They're not technically on the TV. You can only stream
No,
them.
so it's
So I
like
don't know if
That
that's
It's
that
like the
that makes
cloud.
sense.
It's like the cloud service
yeah.
though.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Say
So, are you rendering it in real time, like 1 millisecond response time? Is that what's happening?
I've never like played it firsthand, but I feel like that's what they're going for.
yeah.
That
And
Those
I
types
can
of
see
things you
that.
can only stream them. It's
yeah,
a streaming service,
it's
if
a
you
streaming
will.
service,
Yeah.
and they're about to launch xCloud this year, which means you can play basically your entire catalog from your phone.
That's crazy.
Can you
So
imagine eventually we have a pair of goggles that has like an HD TV on it, you just put it on and then you just play your game? That's where the console will be. In this giant ass thing you put on your head, like what is that, Sword Art Online kind of thing?
I'm not
It'll be
fully
like
sold on
that,
that
you
yet.
know?
I'm not
I'm
fully
not
sold
sold
on
on
that yet.
that. I'm not sold on that. If
Hmm.
it doesn't look like
Yeah.
a pair of regular glasses, I can't rock with it.
You know.
It's got to look something. It's got to look very sleek for me to want to put something over my head.
Yeah, didn't we talk about augmented reality? Unless that's
Yeah.
I
something
can
like that, I could get
I
behind
can
that.
see augmented reality in the future. Imagine you put on a pair of glasses
Hmm.
and it just looks like a pair of glasses, and you go to play your game. It's on your TV or your monitor, or whatever the case
Or
may
on your
be,
wall,
and
you could just have your TV showed in
that's
your.
part of it.
Hmm.
Or you could have the monitor there, and you can have like your sidebar menu to the left of your monitor. You can have the space around the TV turn redder the more health you go down.
That's
It
crazy.
could
That'd be cool.
it could be a very immersive experience, all with a pair of glasses and a TV, or even no TV, like Cash said.
Yeah.
So
So in terms of the
imagine.
future though of Xbox, I
Hmm.
really feel like they're gonna keep putting out consoles, but it's basically just gonna be like a bare bones thing you plug into your TV, like Nintendo does, and you're able to play a game on it, but not necessarily just Xbox games. It's gonna be just a gaming thing, you know. And
It's funny you should mention that though.
Xbox games are gonna be on PlayStation. They're gonna be on Steam. They're gonna be on all these other things.
Xbox is becoming an
And
ecosystem
yeah,
Pretty much.
rather than being limited to a piece of hardware.
But I
yeah. And
but here's the
I
thing.
applaud that
Mhm.
future.
But here's the thing though. They just mentioned within this same interview, they said that the next Xbox would be leaps and bounds into like technological advancement. So
They're not giving up on
they're
hardware.
they're not
They're
giving up
not.
on hardware. They're
To
trying
Absolutely
be
their
not.
fair,
hardest to be
they say
closest to
that
the
every
PC as possible.
generation.
You're right.
To be
You are
fair
right.
though, they say that every generation. They said that for, the Super Nintendo, It's just like they, they have to sell their product,
Well, that's true.
But
But
but that means though that they have a product that they eagerly want to sell.
hmm
mhm,
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
true.
hmm
There's hardware.
I
It's
and I
staying.
still, in considering, let's just look back at the past of Xbox or Microsoft for the past, what, 3, 4, 5 years. They bought Activision. They bought all these like mobile gaming, platforms, King and all these different ones.
Right.
So yeah, they're building a library to kind of stranglehold the industry, if you will.
You
They're
mean
going to become the
monopolize?
Disney. They're going to become the Disney of gaming. They're just
There's
going
a
to have
word
all
for
these
that. There's a word for
properties,
that. It's
and
called
yeah.
monopoly.
So
And they're
that's
gonna have all these properties, and they're just gonna make games for every available platform that there is. It either be Steam, either it be your phone, it
hmm
be whatever whatever your choice of playing is, they're
hmm
gonna have a game for you. And if that sounds like they're building for the future,
yeah,
like
they're
they're setting up
future
their
proofing.
ability to make money
You know what I
hmm
as
like?
the industry evolves. So
What one thing Microsoft gets right is I could buy an Xbox and I can have a PC. I can have if I have a son, I can have a son. I can give him my Xbox and I can buy a game and I get multi entitlements. I can install it on my PC and on the Xbox.
hmm
That is something that my
Most
Xbox
systems don't have that.
they don't do that. And
No.
Xbox, I was sleeping on the Xbox ecosystem. It was a good thing I watched that podcast.
let's
Yeah.
make a comparison here with like our phones. Like iPhones, like when they first came out, were like the greatest thing ever, and people loved all the innovations, all these things that they do. But now people are really sick of how iPhones can only allow you to do these certain things and play these certain things and have these certain apps and all that kind of stuff. When Android lets you do whatever the hell you want, you know.
Yeah.
And
hmm
it feels like we're having that same kind of shift with the gaming industry, as people don't want to be locked into a certain type of gaming system or whatever. People want to have they don't want companies telling them what they can and cannot play or what they can and cannot do, you know?
hmm
And that's where PC gaming comes in. PC
Yeah.
gaming ain't
I
going
like PC
nowhere.
gaming.
So Xbox is noticing a shift in the industry, and then they're gonna be like, okay,
I don't. Good segue.
we're not gonna sell you the hardware, but we're gonna sell you what you're gonna play on that hardware,
Right.
kind of thing.
And that's actually a very good segue. But before we get into that portion of everything, so yes, you're right. Xbox does see the trend and see where the market is going. And one thing I noticed that they're doing too, they're not giving up on Game Pass at all, because they're
Oh
telling
no.
you, all right, even if we do this whole multi-platform thing, our third-party thing, you guys can still access Game Pass and get these games day one with the subscription. So now you're getting these games cheaper on Xbox regardless. Even if you want to buy them on your PlayStation or your Steam or whatever, you can go ahead and do that and spell the full price. But over here on our platform in our ecosystem, you're getting this game for $17 a month.